Carolyn, some podcasts are born great, and others have greatness thrust upon them. This is one of them. Elbow Nudge Podcast, episode 19. And what are we talking about today?
We're talking about Night at the Museum.
Now, why do we watch this? Why did we choose this movie?
You know, you asked that.
We're very excited.
A lot of times when I'm the one excited about a film.
I'm not giving anything away yet.
I was excited because I'm a huge history nerd. And this movie, I saw it. I wanted to see it a couple of weeks ago. I think the week before we got into High School Musical 1, I started watching it. And I started enjoying it so much. And I was like, oh, no, pause. I want to do this for the podcast. Because I just thought it was so enjoyable. I saw it originally when it first came out in theaters. And all those memories were coming up again of this movie. So now that we're done with our High School Musical era, I was like, hey.
Oh, don't remind me.
I know. I was hearing the soundtrack today. But I was like, hey, can we get into a Night at the Museum kind of night? Especially because it's on Disney. And you were like, all right.
Yeah, perfect. Why not?
Why not?
Sure.
Okay. And that's why we're here.
So, right off the top, I think this is a solid movie.
I'm so glad you thought so.
I think it's very solid. I've seen it before. I've seen it when I was younger. I just didn't really remember all of it, but I did remember. Once I hit the scenes that I did remember, I'm like, okay. And then I figured out where I was going. But rewatching it, it really is a solid movie. I want to get into why I'm calling it a solid movie. But, yeah, what did you think on the rewatch?
I love this movie. I love this movie. It's a solid movie. I think it's a good time because, just for the audience out there, yeah, there's some cringy jokes, some stuff in there that is so like, okay, yeah, they put that in there for the kids to laugh, but I think even those parts are enjoyable. I think that this movie in and of itself is a really feel-good film, and it's got its comedy, but it's also got its heart, and I think it's just
what are the cringy moments?
I'm thinking of like the monkey slaps.
Oh, that was hilarious. That goes on for like a minute.
Of course, you're the one that's always into the cringy humor.
That's not funny for Ben Stiller to slap a monkey for a minute nonstop, just back to back.
I laughed. Slaps. I did a good ha at the first slap, the sound and everything. Watching a grown man, slap a monkey that is like the size of his head is hilarious at the first slap. But then it goes on for a whole minute. No, not for me. For me, I was like, cut, Teddy.
No, they're still going. Teddy. That's the funny part.
They're still slapping each other silly.
That's what makes it funny.
And I was just kind of like, but I was still
and just
laughing.
Think about how they're getting the slap sounds. That's not gonna sound like that when you hit a tiny little monkey.
I'm trying to think, how will we recreate that? With our mouth or with like an object? Like
how we could do it or how they did it?
How we could do it here. How could we recreate the sound? No.
That was my attempt.
It was too low. You need to go with gusto.
No, that's too loud. I heard the pop filter pop.
I felt that on my ear. You smacked my ear. Mission accomplished.
Oh, I'm going to have to lower that. Okay.
This is where you put the headphone user warning on the video. It's like, okay, incoming.
I liked a lot of this movie. And I knew the humor was going to be targeted more towards kids. But I needed to start off with the negative.
Okay. Let's hit it.
All right. And it's a big one.
Oh.
Not enough Paul Rudd.
Not enough Paul Rudd. He's so funny in the beginning. I love Paul Rudd.
When it opened with him as he makes his entrance, you see all his cell phones on his belt.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good.
Yes.
He is so funny. Ah, man.
I'm
He's
trying
so
to
funny.
I'm trying to remember some of the lines he says in the beginning. It's so good. Oh,
I don't
I
remember. I was just already taken away by
I
the
know.
sight of him.
I was actually surprised he was in this movie. That was one of the things I saw when I was watching it the first time, like 4 weeks ago. I was like, Paul Rudd's in here? What? And then I wasn't really listening, but I was just so like, oh my gosh, Paul Rudd's here. He looks great.
He still looks like that.
He still does. What is that? What's in his water? He's drinking the Fountain of the Youth.
He found it.
He
He found it with Captain Jack.
He is it. It's just his blood. He is the Fountain of Youth. He looks great. He's so funny. I think he's got a beeper too or something like that, but he's just.
He had at least 3 mobile devices.
Yeah.
Maybe a pager, 2 cell phones, maybe like a Palm Pilot or something. No, I
Yeah.
don't think it's that old. When did this movie come out?
2006, same year as High School Musical.
So, wow, look at that.
Look at that.
And this is also a trilogy too.
It is. It is.
Have you seen the other Night at the Museum movies?
I've seen 2. I have not seen 3. So it's like High School Musical.
What do you remember of 2? Do you like it as much as this?
I do actually. Okay. I'm not going to make any claims about it yet, but I just remember liking 2 more than 1. But I don't, on the rewatch, I don't know if my opinion's going to stay the same. This is just when I was younger.
Is Paul Rudd in the second one?
That's a great question. I can do a quick Google search.
He would have to be unless the mom breaks up with him. I don't know if they're married, maybe divorced. I don't know what their situation is.
Oh, Paul Rudd. Wait, the Ben Stiller and the mom?
Yeah, the mom and Paul Rudd. I don't know if they're married or not.
Oh,
or
they're
just dating.
They're wait. I think
Paul
they're dating.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think they're dating. Okay, he's only in the first one, Paul Rudd.
Oh, that's already.
Now you don't want to do this. Now you don't want to do the sequel.
I don't know. We weren't really planning for it, but it's still a possibility. But I'm already a little disappointed.
It's a possibility that we can probably look at in the future. The Jonas Brothers are in it? What?
All right, I'm back in.
There's a lot of cameos that I'm seeing from the cast of
Don't spoil them all. They're probably surprises.
Night at the Museum too. Amy Adams is in it, and 1 batch, 2 batch.
Caroline, you're spoiling. I just said don't spoil all of them. They're probably surprises. You're telling me the whole cast list.
I told you 3.
That's 3 important ones. Lois Lane, Punisher, the Jonas Brothers.
I was just saying 1 batch, 2 batch. You're the one that spoiled the audience.
Oh, I'm just telling you the biggest hint ever. And then no. The audience is fine.
That is not the
audience
biggest
is fine. I was talking
hit
about
ever.
me. I just told you I didn't want to be spoiled. I just told you.
All right. I won't say any more.
You said them all probably.
That's not all of them. There's so much more.
There's so much more, like Robert Downey Jr. Chris Evans is showing.
And I was lying. Paul Rudd is in this movie.
Let's talk about this movie. I don't even know how to feel about what you're saying anymore.
You can feel happy because of all the
right.
people in this film.
Let's start with this movie, Caroline. I have some comments about this movie, some questions.
Yes.
I don't know what you got. What do you got?
I got 2, but I want to hear your stuff first.
My stuff? Okay. Man, should I start near the end or should I start? Okay, let's start with so Ben Stiller, he's our main guy, right? He's looking for a stable job. He finds a job at a museum. Now, my first question was, why does he stay with this job? Why does he stay with the job? Now, we have 2 possible reasons. I want to hear why you think he does and what's the reason that held him to it. The first one being his son. His son wants him to be he wants him to be around. He wants him to be
and
stable
to have
as well.
a stable job. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other reason was Teddy Roosevelt himself said to him, some people are born great and some people have greatness thrust upon them. So basically means because Larry is Ben Stiller in the movie. Larry was ready to quit after the first night, seeing all this chaos, everything comes to life, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't want to deal with that. And that makes total sense. But what do you think was the strongest reason? Because I feel like he could have easily found another job I know they made a point of showing that it was hard for him to find one, but I feel like he could have found another one.
I feel like that too, but I think the whole point of, and even Teddy Roosevelt's underlying message by saying his quote about greatness is Larry has always quit when it's been difficult or too much, or if it's more than what he thinks he can handle. And so Teddy Roosevelt was like telling him, don't just quit because you think it's hard. Try to find a way to overcome that and to make it your own, and, you know, to handle what's been given to you. So don't just quit just because it's difficult. You know, see it through. And I think that was something that he was challenging himself to do. Larry was like, he always quits, and when he does quit, it disappoints his son even further. So this one time he's going to try to not quit something that he, like, even though it's difficult, he's going to stick to it and make it work.
I like that. Yeah, because he gives up on the snapper. He gives up on... Now, this was interesting because he spoke about it with his former wife?
Yeah, his ex-wife.
Yeah, ex-wife. About the VR. Do you remember what VR thing he was trying to do?
Yeah.
Maybe like a metaverse or something?
I think it is like a metaverse, which is ironic. He's just ahead of his time.
And he said the technology hasn't caught up yet.
Yeah.
And I would say, in our current year of 2022, it still has not caught up yet.
Absolutely not.
We're not there yet, but we're getting close.
A lot of people want it to be there, but it's not.
Yeah.
Not at all.
But anyway, I do like that answer. And I was kind of debating. I related to Larry a little bit. And I was debating if I should share why.
Okay.
Because it had to do with a certain job I had in the past.
Mm-hmm.
You know the one.
I do.
A certain delivery company.
Mm-hmm.
And I related that how overwhelming a job could be and how stressful it could be. And for that job in particular, I wanted to quit the first day. Straight up. It was the most stressful time I ever had in my life.
I remember.
But then, if you keep on showing up, little by little, you kind of make it work. Just so Larry came back the next night, and he had a plan for everything. He knew how to handle the T-Rex. He knew how to handle like the different miniatures. He knew how to handle. Well, it was going good at first. He knew how to handle OMAC. I'm calling him OMAC, but the big stone.
It's a Moai. It's from Easter Island.
Oh, okay. But you know what I mean by OMAC
works.
Right?
OMAC works. Yeah, Legends of the Forbidden
Hidden
Temple. Hidden Temple.
You guys know that, right? Legend of the Hidden Temple? Come on.
They should. Come on.
Yeah. So, yeah, he came in prepared. And instead of giving up, he came in prepared. And it was going smoothly at first. But then, the movie has to happen and it messes up. And I can relate to that because it's like, all right, if you don't wallow in your self-pity and you say like, all right, I'm going to plan something out. I'm going to make this work. It usually does. And you usually overcome it. And I felt like I related on that level. And I'm not working there now, but I'm saying it does work. It does work.
You were able to make it work a lot longer than, initially thought. Like, you stayed at that difficult job a lot longer than intended, and I give you so much credit for that too, because I feel like you made it work. And Larry does too in this film. Even in the second day, what I like too is that I guess like the movie doesn't play with that theme, because you could easily have it to where it just goes well and then cut to like the real conflict of the burglary and stuff. But no, it even goes wrong later on in the second day, and he's like, okay, and this time I did try and it still didn't go well. And there's Teddy Roosevelt like, listen, you keep trying, you try again. Like, yes,
yeah, every journey starts with the first step.
Exactly. He's like, just because it didn't go well the second night doesn't mean it's not going to go well the third night or the fourth night. You keep going forward and you keep trying. And this shows, and he even said like, it shows you're making progress now. You put in the effort, you care about it, and you brushed up on your history. You just keep experimenting, keep finding out what
that
works,
too.
And then it will work.
I also like that.
Yeah.
That he was studying his history.
I love that. So, first of all, I'll get into like this kind of transitions into mine. I want
I
this
have a
job.
question for you too, but yeah, go ahead.
Go. I want this job so bad. I would love to be the night guard at a cursed museum that everything comes to life.
You think you could get it together?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yes, I would make those lions my friends. I would pet them and ride them. But
Caroline, this isn't Disney. This is real life lions.
no, I know that.
Attack. This is another.
I'm just saying he was
This is
over
another
there.
movie on Disney Plus. I was joking.
He was over there like Googling. Yeah, they're made out of wax. Let's be real. Like, come on. But
they look real to me.
They looked beautiful. He was over there Googling. I've seen so many documentaries on everything in that museum.
Are you slapping around your table?
I am.
All right.
For emphasis.
Yeah. I will work at this museum.
I will make it work.
For emphasis. Are you giving a speech?
I have a dream that I will work at a cursed museum where everything comes to life, and Rami Malek is there.
Yeah, Rami Malek. This is before his current fame, right?
This is his film debut, the first film he's ever been in. Yeah, he looks great. I love him.
Yeah, you did look great.
But
let me ask you. Wait, let me ask you before it gets any further, because I think this is a good question.
Okay.
So you're already into history, big time.
Yeah.
Did this movie inspire you to dig deeper into any one of these a little bit more? Like whether it be Roman Empire or dinosaurs or, older Westerns. Like, did it inspire you to dig a little bit deeper than what you already know?
Yeah, into the Roman Empire and into Teddy Roosevelt. I know a lot about Teddy Roosevelt.
I was kind of feeling that too. I'm like, man, this is really cool. For me, it was when the Roman Empire showed up. I was thinking, man, I should play Rise on a Rome again. That was good. That was a good game.
I had an inkling that you would think of Rise, Son of Rome after seeing that. And I was like, nah, it's not that much like Rise, Son of Rome. And then as soon as I saw like the miniature fight scene, I was like, it's Son of Rome.
It's exactly Rise, Son of Rome.
It's Son of Rome.
Yeah. And then Teddy came to mind too. I'm like, yeah, that's a great president to read about.
Listen, we have a lot of really cruddy presidents in our history.
Name them right now. Top 5 cruddy presidents.
Andrew Jackson. He tried to.
I didn't think you'd go with it. All right, go ahead. So number 5, Andrew Jackson.
Andrew Jackson. He's the president that followed up Abraham Lincoln and basically tried to undo all of the things Abraham Lincoln tried to do. Another one, Nixon.
Number 4,
Watergate
Nixon.
Scandal. And then Ford, who pardoned Nixon after the Watergate scandal.
3.
What's that guy's name? Crap. Nah, I was gonna say FDR, but no, he got us through World War II. He was a good president. He was just a bad husband. He cheated on his wife so many times.
Are we gonna separate those two? I say put them in number 3. All right, number 2.
What's that other? I'm gonna get skewered for that. Kennedy.
JFK?
JFK. He was hooked on drugs and brought prostitutes into the Oval Office. Number 5.
Number 2, okay, and then number 1.
Number 1. Actually, put Andrew Jackson in number 1. He was like the worst president.
All right, so number 2.
Number 2. What's his name? The second president, because he did nothing. He followed George Washington. You
don't even remember his name.
I don't, because he never
irrelevant.
showed up. He never showed up for work.
Wow, what a boss. Very inspirational.
No,
you can
not
become
when you're
president and never show up? Nice.
John Adams.
You looked it up.
I did. Also,
John Adams. Didn't he get a beer named after him?
I guess, but he's also. I'm trying to think of the Hamilton song.
I don't remember.
I remember
that was a
all
blur.
of them. But yeah.
All right, there you go. Top 5 worst presidents of all time. U.S. presidents of all time.
Off the top of my hat, by the way. There's probably worse out there.
Nothing controversial in there.
Post-Civil War. A lot of bad presidents.
All right, very good. That was a quick fire.
My mind was going a mile a minute. But one of the good presidents out there, Teddy Roosevelt.
This is him. This is our guy. Played by a great man as well.
The one and only Robin Williams. And might I say, He played him so good. He even looks like Teddy Roosevelt. Like,
He does.
with all the fixins they put on him, he looks exactly like Teddy Roosevelt.
I gotta say though, they should have shaved the right side of it. They should have trimmed the right side of his mustache.
Wait, you think so? I mean,
It was lopsided.
hang on.
I was
Teddy
looking at a
Roosevelt,
lopsided mustache the whole movie.
Night at the Museum.
The right side, and I'm talking
No
about
way.
right as a mustache wearer.
Oh.
So if you look at his left side, from
you're
our point of view.
right. Oh, you're right.
Oh, and that's a good image. That looks more even than what you see in the movie. If you see the movie play out, it is longer.
I'm trying. I see it right there from that image. I see it just a little bit on the top of the right. Just the left arches has a more of a sharper line, and the right one just kind of curves downward.
Yeah, I wish it could have been a little bit. Well, no, I'm telling you, this picture is actually
Good.
better. Yeah, and it's good. In the movie, it's just a little longer. You notice it.
I kind of want to get a Teddy Roosevelt Night at the Museum versus Teddy Roosevelt IRL image comparison.
You think they'll be pretty spot on?
I just want to see if they are. Because the Teddy Roosevelt that Robin Williams played, I felt like that is the real Teddy Roosevelt.
Grab a Teddy Roosevelt.
I'm
Real
trying.
life.
I'm trying.
You're trying to find one that looks pretty accurate?
No, my Google is slow.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I found one. Well,
Isn't he a little huskier than Robin Williams?
it depends on what era of presidency. I think he was a president for 3 terms.
So which era was he at his maximum husk?
His last term.
Okay.
Because in the beginning, let me copy this image. Look at that. That's the Teddy Roosevelt we saw.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. That's
That's great.
So he was a Rough Rider. So he was kind of like a Mountie, but in the States, because a Mountie is a Canadian thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, he would just get on a horse and he was a Rough Rider. And he's such a manly man. His quotes are some of the best quotes for presidents. He had a line that was like, "The buck stops here," which is like, enough of your nonsense.
His other quote was also, "I'm made of wax. What are you made out of?"
That was a good line in the movie.
Yeah.
I really like that scene though in the movie where he's like, "I'm not really Teddy Roosevelt. I was made in a wax museum in Poughkeepsie. I didn't really do all those things. Teddy Roosevelt did."
Yeah, I want to bring that up because, and you probably noticed this too. So, does that logic apply to Sacagawea? She's not the real Sacagawea.
She's not the real Sacagawea, but I don't know. We're gonna speculate here. I'm speculating that the tablet, since they're based off of those, like people in real life, those figures, they have the knowledge of those people, but they are also aware that they are not actually those people.
But they have all the characteristics, knowledge of the actual person.
Yeah.
I could believe that. But that's one thing I was thinking, like, oh, that's right. He's not, because Rami Malek, he was actually, what's his name?
Akhman Ra.
Yeah, that's him.
That's
him.
really him. He's mummified. That's him.
So he actually has history. He is, that's the guy. But
I went to Cambridge University. You went to Cambridge?
Everyone else is wax.
Yeah. I would watch the sequel just for Rami Malek. Whew, he looks good in this film.
So you just confirmed that he's in it?
He's in this movie. Why wouldn't he be in the second?
Why wouldn't Paul Rudd be in the second?
Because he's the step boyfriend dad.
As Paul Rudd.
You just said that like Mark Ruffalo in that famous picture. Is that Paul Rudd?
I don't remember what you're talking about.
I'll have to tell it to you off pod.
All right, but yeah, I could believe that. But that's what I was thinking at first. I'm like, all right, so Rebecca is gonna have a nice conversation with her about her life and get other knowledge that she didn't have. But from a wax figure, it's like, I can let it slide. It's fine. But you know what? I like the tablet thing as well. I like the tablet idea too.
I agree. Well, obviously I'm the one that presented that, but yeah.
I like my idea too.
I agree with my own theory. Yes.
Insert you giving yourself a medal.
I'm giving myself
Obama
a little.
style.
I agree.
With myself.
I say about my own theory. For Rebecca, at least, like it kind of works because she's still gonna be able to get some firsthand insight, even if it's from a magical wax reanimation of her hero. I do want to add, so this is kind of a thing. Sacagawea or Sacagawea?
Oh yeah, what's the thing about that?
In history, historians still can't decide which is right.
Oh, that's an actual
small
debate.
Yeah. To this day, historians have not been able to decide matter-of-factly what is the right way to pronounce her name.
Isn't it just either way you want to say it, like tomato, tomato?
That's kind of the unified rule right now, but there's got to be a right way to say it somehow. We just haven't found it yet.
Well, they made a stance.
Yeah, they
in
made
this
a stance.
movie. They said Sacagawea.
Sacagawea.
And I was also taught Sacagawea as well.
I've been taught both. I've been taught Waya and Waya.
But which one is a true Waya?
There's only one Waya. Just because
we're trying to figure out.
Yeah, that is. There's like so many things because like there's some historians say that like that Native American tribe doesn't have the E sound in their alphabet, so it's got to be A. But then other historians point to like other Native Americans that did have the E name, and so it's just that's the debate. That's the debate on and off. It's just like, oh well, it could be, oh it can't be, kind of thing.
Okay. I figure it's just one of those things that you could just say differently.
Yeah. Well, who says
like root and route? What about that?
Oh yeah. Root,
route,
ensues and shoes.
No, there's only one way to say it. Ensues.
They did my girl kind of dirty though. I kind of wanted her to be full tracker.
Yeah, let's pass that.
I wanted her to be full tracker mode and actually show off her tracking skills, but she's like, oh, he went east and then crashed. And it's like, how'd you know? And then she points and there's the car. It's like, come on, man. You mean to tell me you didn't look 2 feet beyond and before you went and got her?
Yeah, they definitely did it for the joke, and she couldn't really show how good she was at that.
Yeah, that's one of the few nitpicks I have about the film. It's just little
and the
things
Paul Rudd
like
thing,
that.
right? Are you with me on that?
Yeah, I'm with you on the Paul Rudd. I like Paul Rudd.
All right. Yeah, I felt like, oh, that was a good opportunity to show what she's good at. Everyone else is showing what they're good at.
Yeah.
But then again, it has to be close by because she has to stay within the proximity of the museum.
I mean, she was able to tell him, like, oh, he crashed and then he went back. And he's like, why did he go back?
That was useful. Useful.
I just kind of want her to be like, okay, he went east. And I was like, all right, we're going east. And instead it's like, he's right there. But okay.
That reminds me, I thought... Now, this is stealing history. An artifact.
Yeah.
But I feel like these three, the three musketeers, these three night guards, I thought, they don't really want to take over the world or anything. No, they just want to stay young. They want to feel young.
Yeah.
They're not really doing anything more evil than that.
I mean, the only thing is that they're stealing artifacts. But yeah, other than that, they just want to feel young.
Young again.
Yeah. You make me feel so young. They say as they take the tablet.
I got a bad impression from them right off the bat.
I did not. I was bamboozled.
Which part? Did you realize?
When they were, what was it? When the black guy put the key to like press it.
Oh yeah.
I was like, what? No, the old men. I completely forgot about that.
They didn't give it away to you when they were like, oh yeah, he's the guy. And
No,
he
I
had
thought
an evil grin.
I didn't see the evil grin. I see Dick Van Dyke, and I just see a sweet old man, no matter what role he's in.
What? Nah, he eliminated all sweetness in this movie.
I trust Dick Van Dyke implicitly. He's a sweetie. And any role he's in, I trust him. It's because of Bert from Mary Poppins. That's it. I can't see him as a villain.
Also, for that key copy little imprint he had.
Yeah, yeah.
He was a night guard. He could have went to Home Depot and made a copy. I know we have to see it in the movie, but he didn't have to take extra steps.
I think I could be wrong, but they were copying the keys to the museum, right? Because I thought they said something like, "Oh, we planted some museum artifacts at your home to tie you to us as part of your cut."
Yeah.
So were they copying his home keys or the museum keys?
Oh, yeah. You're right.
To sneak in.
They don't need the museum keys.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was museum keys because they were being let go.
I thought so too.
They were retiring.
But it wasn't until he said, like, when he was giving his evil plan speech, that he was like, "Oh, we put some stuff at your home," and so I was like,
Yeah,
"Wait,
you're right.
were those keys his house keys?"
Definitely, that confirms it. That's the one that makes the most sense. Give yourself another medal.
Obama style. Let's go.
Yeah, reward yourself with your own medal.
Boom.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Because I believe that too. I did too. I was like, "Oh, he's copying the museum keys. Why are you doing that?" But the house. Also, fun fact: the other two old men, they had stunt doubles, but Dick Van Dyke did all his own stunts.
No way. There's that one kick in there that looked too clean.
I looked it up.
He does like a roundhouse kick.
Stunts.
He does like a jumping roundhouse kick.
Oh, okay, here we go. It's just at the 1 hour, 17-minute part, the night guards chase Nick up the stairs. Only Dick Van Dyke was able to perform this stunt himself. The other two required stunt doubles.
Oh, chasing up the stairs?
Yeah.
Oh, man, those knees. Once you get to that age.
Those knees.
I'll tell you now, Caroline, take care of your knees because...
No, you
They're
tell the
gone.
audience I'm past the point of no return for that. I wake up and
What?
it's just pop, 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 pop.
What? You're past the point of no return with your knees?
I'm past the point of no return, man. When I wake up, it's like a popcorn machine. All my joints are like pop, pop, pop.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
So you have to like warm them up?
It's just when I wake up, it's like.
Yeah, they're stiff.
Yeah, everything starts popping.
Oh man, you gotta get some knee exercises in there. Because if this is happening now, imagine when you're a senior citizen.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, like everything.
Right now.
I could roll my ankle right
and
now. It'll pop.
Your young current self right now.
I'm not that much younger than you, old man. Come on.
You're a whole generation younger than I am.
That is not true. We're both
That's
millennials.
True.
Nuh-uh.
You say both, but you're just talking about me.
We're both millennials here, Tone. My year is the cutoff year.
Yeah, but you know.
I disagree.
You're into a lot of Gen Z stuff.
You're just into a lot of boomer stuff.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I don't like Golden Girls.
I like Golden Girls.
I don't watch it. I'm sure it's a fine show.
I like it. It's got the best theme song out of any TV show I've ever seen.
No way.
Thank you for being a friend.
It's pretty good.
It's good.
What about Cheers?
How does Cheers go?
Where everybody knows your name.
That's a good one, but Thank You for Being a Friend is so catchy. That's it.
What about The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
This is the story. No, it's not like singable though. It's rappable, and I play singable over rappable.
Really?
Yeah. Thank you for being a friend.
All right. I mean, I can't think of any.
Travel down the road and back again.
What about Friends?
Friends is good. It's got that clap.
Yeah.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. I still like Golden Girls. I still like it.
All right.
It's so that thank you for being a friend. You can see that anywhere. Now, I have a theory for you, Tony, that
All right, what's up?
I kind of want to get into. Ricky Gervais. Do you think he knows? Do you think he knows that they come to life? Think about it. I think I have a working theory that he does.
All right. I like this. I like where this is going.
So, when he fires, well, first of all, the whole fire extinguisher thing, he's not like, why, or like he's not really into like questioning him. He's just like, what's that? Fire extinguisher. And then even the whole, okay, after the big reveal, like after the whole, the night, the news footage of like the caveman towards the end and like everything, his reaction is not like, what's going on at my museum? How is this happening? What's going on? I think he fires Larry because Larry wasn't taking care of them the way a night guard should, because he knows that they all come to life and that like one of them got out and things like that. Like he knows, so he fires him because he's not being a good night guard and taking care of the exhibits when they come to life. And because he never questions him, like, how did that happen? How did you do that? How did that Neanderthal get up there? We never see that. He's even like, all right, he doesn't question him. He just says, turn in your keys and your flashlight. He doesn't say like, how did you do this? How did you do that?
All right. A couple things for those. First of all, I like that theory. It was very possible. But the original crew, they were doing somewhat of a good job if this never happened before. Right? They never escaped.
Mm-hmm.
And the museum was fine. And then the incident at the end where there's T-Rex footprints, cavemen on the roof, and then cavemen drawings at train stations and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I assume that he saw it as weird. Well, it literally was viral marketing, but he probably saw it as, this guy is crazy enough to make all these weird, like he probably bought like a toy T-Rex or something and started making footprints out in the snow and had his friends dress up as cavemen or whatever. Like, this guy's a freak. What is he doing? But then he realizes that, yeah, it worked just like viral marketing, and it brought so much interest back into the museum. But ultimately, and I think the way that I saw it the whole time was that this is just one of those movie things that they're kind of like not over explaining, where he's kind of being dumb about it. Yeah, and another thing that proved it for me was that when Rebecca was sitting in the taxi cab going to the museum, probably like at 4 a.m. I don't know why she was there so early in the middle of the night, but she sees the whole stampede of cavemen, T-Rex, ostriches, mooses, everything. And then her response isn't like, oh my gosh, this is the craziest thing I've seen in my life. It's just like, wow.
It's wonder.
Wow. This is beautiful. And I think, yeah, you got to chalk it up to being a kid's movie, and you got to apply a little bit of that logic to it.
That makes sense. It's just, I want to believe that he's like the Godfather of it, like in a nice way, of the exhibits. At least because Ricky Gervais's level, he's like the owner, or like the guy who runs the museum. He's the head honcho. So he would be the one that has like cameras and access to what's going on at night. So you would think he knows that his museum comes to life at night. And
you're right. He should know.
And his real reason for firing because I'm even thinking like the reason he fired the 3 old guys to begin with was because they're getting too old and they're not properly taking care of the exhibits at night. Or because if you even notice, they like when Larry joins and he starts becoming the night guard by himself, the other exhibits are like, wait, you mean you're gonna let us out? Like, you're gonna let us do things? You're gonna let us, Larry was actually trying to make friends and to be good to the exhibits. I think the 3 guys didn't. I think they had like a law kind of system of my way or the highway, because these other exhibits just immediately had like a bad impression of the night guard. So I'm just like, I'm getting into my Ricky Gervais theory of he must have wanted somebody who would treat the exhibits right and with care. And that's why he and then they're getting old. So he's like, all right, fire these 3, bring in somebody who might like them a little more and treat them better and take care of them. Because that was his thing. Is like, the reason he fired him was like, oh, hey, you put fire extinguisher on the Neanderthals. And like, that means he was letting them play with fire and they burned themselves. So he had to, and he's like, all right, you're done. You're out.
I really do like that theory, and I do want it to be true. I'm just thinking about it like too outside of the movie kind of thing.
Yeah.
But also sticking within the logic of the movie, you're right, because they also try to, when he went to the Western exhibit, they try to tie him up, and they're like, oh, we got another one, like another giant, one of the giant watchmen. All right, ram the train into his head. We're going to take him out because they're all bad. All the other ones must have been like horrible. Cecil and gang must be horrible, and that they want to take out. Even though he's a new guy, he's still one of them.
He's one of them. So he's trying to lock us up.
But if we're trying to align this with the theory, then why would he try to fire him after the second night?
Because of the Neanderthals with the fire?
But this was the guy that was trying...
Oh, after the night that they all went out and came back in, right?
No, the second night. The second night where he says, he's like, oh yeah, I think it was the fire extinguisher thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's like, come on, just give me one more night, please. Just let me prove it that I could do this.
So this also goes into my theory. So my logic, my reasoning is Ricky Gervais in this imposed reality knows that the exhibits come to life. And so being that way, he knows that the Neanderthals are obsessed with fire. So he knows for there to be fire extinguisher foam on the Neanderthals means that Larry gave them fire to play with and left them unattended and just let them play around with the fire. And that's a hazard and that's dangerous, and he's not taking care of the exhibit. That's not what he wants. He wants a guard that's going to take care of the exhibit. So right there, he's like, okay, you're fired. And then when Larry comes back and is like, give me one more night, give me one more chance, it's like, okay, he is bonding with the place. He wants to do better. He's going to come up with a plan. I'm going to give him another chance. He's got that fire in his eyes.
I was also thinking, who else is he going to find in such short notice after firing Larry?
Yeah, and they don't get paid enough. He says he gets paid $11.50 an hour.
Oh, no, that's terrible.
That's terrible pay.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, you're in New York. Can't you pay your night guard more?
But I was thinking that too. I was thinking every time there was a Ricky Gervais moment, I was thinking, does he know? Because all of his reactions are subdued. It's not how they would normally be.
Yeah.
I would be asking, how in the world did he even get this Roman emperor to fit into a guillotine? They don't even bend that way. They were made to be standing.
Yeah, he's not
upright.
A figure to move your arms and stuff.
Yeah, it's not an action figure. That was molded a certain way already.
Exactly. How'd you put him? By the way, just as a side note, that was one of the moments I legitimately laughed out loud. Is seeing that poor little Roman soldier in the stockade.
Oh, I had a huge laugh out loud moment.
It was so funny to see.
Oh, but not for that one. Do you think you will know which moment I was laughing at, since you think I like cringe humor and stuff? Well, I don't think it's cringe, actually. I don't think it is. I think you might have laughed at this one, too.
You don't think it's cringe, but a lot of the times the things you don't think is cringe is cringe.
No, well, this one I'm positive is hilarious, and you were probably laughing, too.
Okay.
You want to take a guess, or you want me to tell you?
I want you to tell me.
It's when they were releasing the air from the tire.
Yes, that
was a good scene, right?
That's legitimately funny. Yeah. I was dying
because they were like all holding on, like
save yourself, and then it cuts away. You just hear
dead silence, and then it's like the Ant-Man.
You hear that
Ant-Man used this joke.
Yeah, another Paul Rudd.
And Paul Rudd is in it.
Coincidence? I think not.
Yeah, I was like, and then everything that they're doing is so minuscule.
You hear
and
the
then it cuts back.
faint sound of air coming out of a tire. Just
Yeah. No, but then my favorite moment was when Owen Wilson or Jedediah, he was like, I ain't quitting you. When he tells him to like go, like save yourself, he's like, I ain't quitting you.
I ain't quitting you.
Owen Wilson was really good in this movie.
Did you know Owen Wilson was only supposed to be a cameo, but he tested, like his scenes tested so well with interest groups because they ran this film past like in focus groups and,
of course,
different feedback.
Screen testings and things
Yeah,
like that.
his like character did so well that all the screen testers wanted more of him. He was only supposed to be a cameo, so he was approached.
He was so funny.
He's to me like one of the highlights of the movie. I love him. I like that. I don't like to be manhandled.
Yeah, I mean him and the Roman Emperor. What's the actor's name?
I had it here. Hang on.
They were both good.
He was in Around the World in 80 Days, which is a really racist movie, but it has Jackie Chan in it, so it's pretty.
Oh
good.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Steve Coogan.
I feel like I've seen him in another movie. I haven't seen Around the World in 80 Days, but
He was in Tropic Thunder. I don't know if you saw Tropic Thunder.
Not all of it. Some of it.
He's in a lot of movies, but I saw him first in Around the World in 80 Days.
Now, was that a reference to Brokeback Mountain, or is that something that Westerns say?
I've seen
you me, Caroline.
I've seen so many. I've never seen Brokeback Mountain, so I cannot confirm.
Caroline, as a viewer of Brokeback Mountain, can you confirm?
I have never seen Brokeback Mountain. How dare you? How dare you?
Well, you know what I'm asking, right? Is that like not a direct reference, but like the "quit you" line, right? Isn't that? I haven't seen the movie either, but I've heard like a song parody where they go like, "I wish I could quit you." It's a One Direction parody, and they're parodying like they quote a Brokeback Mountain. So I see in the movie they go, "I wish I could quit you," and then in this movie he goes, "I ain't quitting you." Is that a common term, or am I crazy and I'm making a connection?
I think it is a common term because I don't see people online making comparisons between those two films.
All right. Well, I'm putting it out there.
Oh, wait. I think I found
Did you type in Night at the Museum Brokeback Mountain and got something?
I did. I found a Tumblr post.
Oh, that's wrong information.
Of two people.
You're going down a dark path.
I'm just saying, I found a Tumblr post of people saying, like, I think you fail to realize that the cowboy is saying a line from Brokeback Mountain to his bro. And they put bro in quotes. I think this is something Tumblr wants to believe in.
Yeah. You can't go by Tumblr.
Okay. I'm letting you know the only people who have made the connection are Tumblr peeps.
Oh.
You're in the dark hole, Tony.
Now, I see where this is going. I don't have a Tumblr.
Or do you?
But I imagine if I did have one, I'd get a lot of upvotes. Or reblogs. No, wait.
Yeah.
Tumbles?
It's just likes.
Reposts?
Reblogs.
Reblogs? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I assume I'll get a lot of reblogs with my post.
Your Redditor is showing.
That's why I'm cutting back. I deleted it.
Yeah.
I haven't used it in a while.
For now,
yeah. I'll be back soon.
But that, what was it? When he was getting after the two of them, and he's like, I'm sorry. I loved Owen Wilson's accent. I loved everything he was doing. It was so funny.
He was great.
Funny.
Their action
Gigantor
scene.
Yes, it's like we lost two good little men out there tonight, and they show up like
can't get rid of us that easy. There was a lot of good people in this movie. Obviously, Robin Williams. We just said Owen Wilson.
Is it kind of? Am I a little crazy for thinking about Jumanji in this film? Just because?
No, because there was a very similar character.
I was just thinking,
not
like
Teddy, but
Robin Williams and things coming to life that are not usually there or not supposed to. I was like, am I getting some Jumanji connections just a little bit? It's just Robin Williams has a thing for things coming to life that are not supposed to.
I don't know, Caroline, but I like that you are. I like that Jumanji has a small influence in your life now.
It does. I
like
liked
it.
the movie. I liked the movie. Speaking of which, I was just thinking right now, who did the music for Jumanji? Because this one is Alan Silvestri, and he did...
Alan Silvestri?
Yeah,
Bum,
he did...
bum, ba, bum,
I knew you were going to do that.
bum, 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 bum. All right. Sorry.
Okay, no, Jumanji is my guy, James Horner. I forgot. But Alan Silvestri did Night at the Museum.
Constantly knocking it out of the park.
You know, the music in this movie is really good. It's got that kind of... It's got that kind of whimsy to it. It just... A little bit, it reminds me of Home Alone. Just a little bit. Just in that sense of they know when to use that inspiring music that makes you feel the emotion. I feel like anytime Teddy Roosevelt was giving a speech, the music knew. And they would put that score behind him. So when he would say, like, there are those who are born great, some have greatness thrust upon them. And, like, the music is there backing him up. It's just, so beautiful. So perfect.
Yeah, I want to mention that's one of the aspects that made this movie just solid. We mentioned a lot of them already. I would say the music. I would say how everything kind of ties together, where I love how it ended. The beginning shows that nobody really has that much interest in the museum. They even talk about how it's kind of losing, people from day to day. There's like less people visiting. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they bring it around and everyone has a lot more interest after that viral marketing thing that happened by accident. And then I also like the small little stories that was happening between them, like Sacagawea and Teddy. I liked Rebecca and Sacagawea. I liked what was their names? Like the one where Larry was like, somebody rip your limbs apart.
Oh, Attila the Hun.
Yeah, that little thing too. That worked too. He was like, but they ripped you here.
They ripped
pointing
you
to his heart
here.
It had a lot of good, very small, like, relationship things that had to be solved, and that did get solved.
My dum-dum got gum-gum.
Yeah. You better run.
You better run, dum-dum. I liked all of that interpersonal relationships. I even liked that, like, I really think that those night guards, Cecil and gang, were jerks to the exhibits, because even when they caught Cecil and he was like, can we do a little limb pulling? And he was like, no limb pulling. And he's like, makaka. Makika.
yeah, I like that. He's like, okay, makaka.
What does makikaka mean? As they drag him away. They wanted to get their revenge.
Yeah. I hope they did.
They got a little bit of limb pulling. But yeah, that Attila the Hun, by the way, for my history peeps out there, the Hunese is not accurate. Nobody actually knows what the Huns sounded like. So actually, in the movie, all of the language, I'm using air quotes for that, of the Huns, improvisation.
So not just from Ben Stiller, also from
the Huns, yeah.
That's funny.
And Rami Malek.
That's funny.
Yeah. When I looked that up and I read that on the IMDb trivia, I went back and I rewatched the Hun scenes with that in my mind, and it made it so much funnier. Just imagine having to act out with a straight face, like, Maki kaka papa, dude. It's just like all of that. It's so...
Yeah, what did the script say? Like,
it does.
Just go for it.
It doesn't... It was just like... Speak honeys. What am I supposed to do? I don't know. Gibberish it.
That's another one of those scenes that went on pretty long, and I feel like that's what made it funny.
That one I laughed at. The monkey slap, not so much, but that one I cackled.
That was the second funniest moment, Caroline, right behind the tire. Quoting Brokeback Mountain.
Quoting Brokeback Mountain. I
ain't quitting you.
I ain't quitting you. Jedediah and Octavius are the reason we have all those.
Oh, Octavius, there you go. I'm like, Otto Octavius?
Octavius.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
You would. They're the reason we have all those bro memes.
Oh, what for Jedediah and Octavius?
Yeah. Tell the whole world you're my bro.
Were they the first bros?
Bro. Why'd you
Did
whisper?
they brozone each other?
Oh, they bro zoned all right.
I saw it. I saw it.
You saw it. I ain't quitting you. You saw it right away.
I mean, they even quoted Brokeback Mountain. Which you haven't seen, by the way, right?
I never. I'm questioning if you're telling the truth about that now for you to know that line.
I'll send you the parody. It's for all my old school millennial YouTube watchers out there. It's called The Key of Awesome. They made a lot of song parodies. One of them was One Direction, and this one was the One Direction Kiss parody.
Whoa.
So Key of Awesome, One Direction Kiss parody, and one of the lines are, "I wish I could quit you, na 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 na."
Dang.
Yeah. So there you go.
You're outing yourself as a directioner.
Oh, that's not. That's. I'm saying that proudly. Yes. Of course. I can't wait for their reunion.
I'm reading the IMDb trivia, and towards the middle it says, at around 1 hour and 29 minutes, Jedediah quotes a reference to Brokeback Mountain.
There you go. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
I guess not if it's on IMDb.
That's what I wanted to say. Like, you're from Texas, so you could tell me, did old Western cowboys say quit as a term of like, no, they'll never say it like that. Like, I could quit you, I ain't quitted you, things like that.
I ain't quitting you.
I ain't quitting you.
I've never heard it personally, but that doesn't sound like something out of the realm of possibility. Especially when you put ain't. I feel like we put ain't in front of everything.
Well, where was this from? From Wikipedia?
This is from IMDb.
Oh, so that's legit. That's the answer right there.
So, did you know that in real life, like following this movie, the American Museum of Natural History had 20% more visitors because of this
That's
film?
awesome.
Yeah, I think that's so cool. I want to go see this museum in real life now because of this movie.
I've seen it when I was too young to remember. But yeah, it was always a field trip idea for schools. So it was nice.
You're so lucky.
Yeah, it is really nice. It is really nice. But I wish I remembered more of it. I couldn't tell you, like, how it looks anymore. But yeah, I do want to go back to.
I'm a big museum fan. Any city that I visit that's new, I like to go to at least one museum there. I've tried to do that anytime I travel. We did like a driving vacation, my family and we've been through all of the states on the bottom of the United States. You get what I mean? Like from California to Florida.
Yeah.
All the states on the bottom. I've been through all of them. And any city that we
Shout out to Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Shout out to Las Cruces, New Mexico. Y'all got some good foods over there, even though it's super spicy.
Super spicy. It probably has like a little bit extra pepper on it. In your case.
Yeah, that's not too outlandish to think of with my -5 spice tolerance.
Yeah, it probably had like a regular pepperoni on there, and you were,
bruh.
Yes, steam coming out of your ears,
bruh. No, they're like most abundant produce is the chili pepper, that really hot red chili pepper, and it's everywhere and in everything. It's just oof. My dad is the most spice tolerant of the family. And I got like a bean and cheese burrito there. But my dad got these like red enchiladas, and as he was eating them, he was sweating. So
really?
Mm-hmm.
So
pretty
man
spicy.
versus food style.
Man versus food style, big time. But anytime I go to a new city, I at least try to visit one museum if I'm there long enough. Because sometimes we just stay the night to go on to the next city and things like that. But I love going to museums. I've been to a lot of museums in my time, in my life. And I love it. So This is just making me watching this movie makes me want to go to a museum again. I love museums.
You got to make it the Natural History Museum.
It's on my bucket list to go to New York already. So this is just another thing to add to the list. It's like, okay, I got to go to this Museum of Natural History.
I saw the sequel as a Smithsonian.
Yeah, that's in DC.
I don't know what that's about, but that's interesting.
That's just as a side note, that's another museum I really want to go to. But yeah, that's in Washington, DC.
Yeah, so I wonder how they're going to carry over some characters if they wanted to. There's another thing I want to mention about this.
Okay.
I thought Larry and Rebecca, they were setting up a relationship there.
A little romance?
Yeah, and they didn't.
And I'm kind of happy about that. I'm kind of glad.
I liked it too.
It was natural. It was just... The movie wasn't about Larry having... Like, it didn't force him to have a love interest. You know? It was more about him overcoming this... I don't know what the word would be for it, but giving up streak that he was on. And it was more about him overcoming that and being... And, like, his son being proud of him and everything. And that's what was accomplished in this film. He has a new sense of purpose. He has a steady job. His son loves what he does and is proud of him. Like, that's all you need in life right there for him.
Yeah, I thought they were setting it up when... Well, first of all, when you first see her, it's like the classic shot. Like, it holds on her longer. And it's like, all right, that's a love interest.
Yep, pretty girl. Music in the background has that high strings. It's like, ooh, okay, here she is.
And then this is a little bit too late into the movie, but when he tells her that, okay, the museum actually comes to life. Dexter was peeing on me, he bit my nose, and Sacagawea, I thought she was deaf, all of that. I thought that was going to be the big problem, you know, when they were like hitting it off, but then if things are going too smooth, the big problem that shows up in these romances before they're finally together.
The conflict.
Yeah, I thought that was it, but it wasn't because they weren't even together yet. But they never got together. But everything was all good.
Yeah, it was pleasant and it was very refreshing to see that. And what's interesting too is she's not. I was looking up kind of her on Wikipedia. It just says that she's a museum. I don't know how to pronounce this word. Docent. But
Dose? I'm kidding, I don't know how to pronounce it.
I don't know. It's just weird. But she's basically not even really a employee. She's like a volunteer museum guide, which is interesting.
Really? Yeah, because at first she looked like the receptionist or front desk help, and then she just started giving tours.
That's like a role at museums that she is you're just kind of a volunteer or like a temporary or like sometimes a part-timer tour guide, receptionist kind of thing.
That's cool.
I want to do that.
I would do that.
I want to do that right now in a heartbeat. That's so cool.
What's your local museum?
We have the Whitty Museum. The Whitty Museum's pretty fun. We also have this thing called the Do-Museum, where it's like science-y based. Stuff? Yeah, you do things, and it's like based on science.
I like that.
Yeah.
I would go there.
Next time, baby. Next time.
Yeah. I would work there.
I want to...
That's a good one.
You want to work there?
Yeah.
So you could just do everything?
Yeah.
I don't know if you could do stuff if you work there.
It's called a museum.
It's called a museum.
You got to do stuff.
They have like... Because it's typically for children, but they have adults night. So they'll let like a bunch of people just go in and like be... Like, just have fun with all the science-y stuff. One day I want to go there and just do all that.
I'm trying to remember where I went. What was the museum? I can't remember the name. But yeah, they had a whole bunch of experiment things you could do. Like bubbles, gears, things like that. Locks.
For us, that's like the Whitty Museum. There's this really neat... I don't know if it's still there, but it was like an exhibition where you would build the walls of Rome. And you would put rocks on rocks on rocks. They're like styrofoamy, just fake rocks.
Yeah.
And every 10 to 15 minutes, the floor that it's on rumbles and the rocks come falling down.
So was the goal to make the most sturdy wall? or they
Yeah.
have to always come down?
The goal is to kind of make the most sturdy wall, but also it's simulating how I think it's either Mount Vesuvius or something like this great earthquake in Rome that like knocked the walls down. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
like, oh, it's gonna happen. Here we go.
Wow.
But the witty is really nice. It has like a little bit of everything. It has aquatic, it has dinosaurs, it's got anthropology, so like actual people studies and things like that. And it's just so interactive. It's like one of the coolest museums I've ever been to. But then we also have like the Museum of Modern Art and the Texas Culture Museum.
Yeah.
So there's like, and I remember I took Shayna to the Texas Culture Museum. That one is like this museum, just in that it has like wax figures of people. And also some of them are animatronic. So you'll see like a display of like a Mexican kitchen with like a woman making tortillas, but she's animatronic-y with a wax outline, but she moves, you know? So she's got a skeleton in there.
That is so funny.
It was pretty funny.
So that's it. That's Texas history.
Part of it, yeah. It's a Texas Culture Museum.
That's cool. I have to go to these museums as an adult because I can't remember anything from a kid.
I remember one as a kid. We went to a museum in Corpus Christi, and we got on a pirate ship. So that one, of course, left an impression because I was like, "Yar!"
That's got to be the best one.
It was so cool. And then I remember I went to one because there was like 3 ships parked at this dock, and one of them was like a replica, a super close replica of one of the ships the Pilgrims came, or who is it? Columbus, the Niña de Pinta and the Santa Maria.
Oh yeah, yep.
One of the ships
The Mayflower.
was like, yeah, the Mayflower was the Pilgrims, but one of the ships at this museum was like an exact replica of like the Pinta or something. So I remember that.
That's cool.
Those ships are really claustrophobic. I don't know how anybody stayed in there. They were not that big. They were like
Smaller than sloops.
They were brigging it up out there, but there was a lot more people. There was not 3.
Oh, so it was like a brig, but with 30 people.
Yeah, it was not
awesome.
It was not a galleon. It's not awesome. I just
That's so awesome.
as a claustrophobic person, I'm like, I'll sloop it up with 3 other people maybe, but not 30. In a
That's
brig.
the adventure, though. That's the adventure.
That's so many people. And you're all rocking around down there. It's like, ugh.
You need to play the numbers game because you know a lot of people aren't gonna make it.
Oh my goodness.
If you bring 3 people,
what
they're
a way
not
to
gonna make
think.
it. If you bring 30 people, then 5 people won't make it. I think that's the actual plan.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, people are gonna get sick. People are
Scurvy.
gonna starve. Yeah, some people might fall overboard. Who knows?
Some? What?
Yeah,
What are you planning here?
I'm saying these are the things that probably happened. It's like those. I'm thinking of one of those generational space flights. This isn't real. This is still in fiction. But the idea is to have people live on this ship, and a lot of people, and then basically repopulate all the way until it reaches a planet, because that's how long it's going to take. So there's a lot of people there expected to die on this journey.
I see.
Yeah.
This is a very interstellar frame of mind. Dr.
is.
Brand.
I didn't mention that this also inspired me to read up more on space, even though space wasn't part of it. But I like reading up on the space race and things like that.
You just like reading up on space, and anything inspires you to read up on space.
Yeah, pretty much. Whenever I'm inspired, it's like space.
The final frontier.
Yeah. Anyways, but this is a different movie. Nothing to do with space.
But everything to do with exploration and intrigue and curiosity.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So it kind of relates.
Rami Malek is Egyptian, so I wonder if what he was saying is accurate.
I don't know.
When he was reading that tablet.
I just saw, they got an actual Egyptian
to play a pharaoh.
That's cool.
I love that he was cool. Like, they frame him to be so scary. Also, I was thinking about it too after the movie. He's legitimately like screaming because he's stuck in a sarcophagus. That's terrifying.
You think they had him in the mummy wrap?
No, well, no, I mean like the character. The character.
I know. No, but I'm saying. You think they had him in the mummy wrap? in the
Yeah.
sarcophagus.
Yeah.
At the same time, you don't think they cut away and then once they opened it, then they put him in the wrap?
That's probably most likely what happened.
Because,
But
yeah, that would be a little freaky.
I'm thinking about definitely when it was the last scene of him like screaming and they open up and
He wasn't
there.
acting. That's what you're saying?
No. I'm just
Those
saying
were real screams for help?
No. I'm just thinking he's definitely in that sarcophagus for the last scene where he's like screaming and shouting and then they open it up and he's in his wraps. But also, I like the way the movie is that it frames him as like this scary mummy that's just shouting and shouting. Also, it's another side note. Cecil is just like, you keep shouting, you're not coming out. You haven't come out for like 50 years. It's like, there's a guy in there. They hadn't thought of that.
Yeah.
Like, there's a guy.
Yeah.
If everything's coming to life, the Pharaoh's going to come to life. And there's a guy in there. You should get him out. But they didn't think of that. So when he does come out and he's like this cool dude, it's like, oh, hey, this is pleasantly surprising. He's actually a friend. He's going to help. This is neat. And he can control the tablet.
I think their goal is just care as little as possible. So they just quickly lock everybody up so that they don't have to bother with anyone. And that's just rude, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, they're just like, lock it up. They wrote a whole instruction manual. We saw that. Throw the bone to Rex and things like that. But that quickly got torn up by Dexter. And we don't know what else you were supposed to do or what else they had on there. But that was a long...
It was
pamphlet
a lot of pages. A lot of pages.
They
And
probably tried in the beginning, but after so many years, they're like, let's just lock them up.
So mean.
It's too much effort.
How do you have Teddy Roosevelt there and not bond with him?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he was roaming around a lot, but they probably didn't care to talk to him.
Yeah, they were just like, you stay over there.
Yeah.
Come over here. Come on, man. That's Teddy Roosevelt. How dare you?
Yeah, but...
Tony, out of all... Okay, my last question to you.
What's up?
Out of all the exhibits in this museum, which one do you think you would hang out with the most?
Hang out with?
Yeah. You're Larry in this scenario. Who would you hang out with the most?
That is tough because I would want to hang out with Teddy a lot. Like a lot. And hopefully some of his greatness rubs off a little bit on me. But dang. Yeah, I would want to visit all of them just like he did. But if I had to choose one, I'll say Teddy. And then... Yeah, and then just like hop into the Egyptian tomb. And then hang out with Sacagawea.
Hop into the tomb. Be like, knock,
Yeah.
knock. Hey, Akhman Ra.
By the way, that's Anubis, right? Or is that just a Yu-Gi-Oh thing? Those dogs?
Anubis is an Egyptian god himself, but those are like jackals, which are supposed to be Anubis's children based on Egyptian mythology.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. But you're on the right track with your Yu-Gi-Oh knowledge.
Oh, yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh taught me something else then. It says Anubis on the card, and then the Curse of Anubis, and it shows that dog in the card art. I'm like, oh, that's Anubis.
All of your Egyptian knowledge comes from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, pretty much. So you can tell how
you go to
broken and scattered it is.
You go to Akhman Ra and you're like, hey man, have you ever heard of Yugi Moto? Or no, was it Yami?
Have you heard of Yami?
Yeah, that's what it is, Yami. And he's like, the great duel master.
Do you play Duel Monsters?
It's time to duel.
Have you heard of the Forbidden One, Exodia?
And he gasps.
Do not say the name.
Do not say his name. We do not speak the name of the Forbidden One.
If you gather all 5 pieces, it'll end the world.
You go to him for advice, and he's like, I don't know. I think the cards sense your doubt.
He gives you Yu-Gi-Oh advice.
I don't know, man. I just don't know how to deal with these pathetic cards I've been dealt with. You have no pathetic cards.
You have to believe in the heart of the cards.
I believe.
I always believed. Everyone who's played Yu-Gi-Oh, at one point they believed. At one point they all said, "Heart of the cards, guide me." They all said that. We've all said it. And some still do believe.
Do you?
Yeah. And if it doesn't work, you're not believing hard enough.
If it doesn't work, it's because they sense your minuscule doubt.
Yeah. Your hand starts trembling close to the deck. Like, oh no. What about you? What's your exhibit?
Out of all the exhibits, Teddy Roosevelt is so like hard to beat. You have a president. Not only that, but one of the greatest presidents there that you can just glean information off of. And yeah, hope that some of his greatness will rub off on you. But I also kind of want to get some info off of Sacagawea. Just because that's woman power right there. But then
yeah,
there's a lot. There's a lot. I feel like I would have to be like on a schedule. Mondays with Teddy, Tuesdays with Akman Ra, Wednesdays with Sacagawea, Thursdays like here. I'd have to schedule it
if
out.
Jedediah is Owen Wilson, then I'll be hanging out with him a lot too.
I wouldn't even be hanging. He would be on my shoulder through each and every day. I just go and pick him up.
I don't like to be manhandled.
I'd be like, here you go. We're going for a ride. Get comfortable.
We're going for a ride.
You put him in the shirt pocket. Be like, hang tight there, man.
You can't hang out with those other guys, though. Who are the ones that were constantly shooting?
They're like Mayans or something. Like those Aztecs. They were making like Machu Picchu over there.
They were never cool, those guys.
They were shooting their little darts.
They need to be locked up the entire time.
And stay locked up. Although it was really funny when he was giving them their talk and he's like, listen, I'm giving you a little leash here. You want to end up like them? And Owen Wilson does a little, no.
Yeah.
And they're all lined up on the bottom, like looking out the glass, like just staring at him. I thought it was so funny.
I like the moment, you just reminded me, I like the moment where the little kids on their tour guide, they leave, and then Larry goes up to Dexter. He's like, you got them all fooled, but I know you. I know your tricks. There's a storm coming.
That reminds me of a question I wanted to ask you. What? I know you have a soft spot for monkeys. Did you think Dexter was cute? Sometimes you do.
Wait, what? I just learned this about myself, apparently.
Anytime,
you said, I know you have a soft spot for monkeys. I do.
Anytime we've seen a movie that includes a monkey, you're always like, oh, the monkey's so cute. And I'm like, that monkey is not cute. You're like, oh, so cute.
What movies?
The monkey's so cute.
What movie?
Jumanji. Was there a monkey in Jumanji? No. I'm trying to remember. We've seen so many movies.
Yeah, there were monkeys in Jumanji, but they were all rude as heck. And they were all CGI.
I'm trying to remember, but it's escaping my mind right now.
Yeah. I hope you come up with something, because you made a claim. I know how much you like monkeys. Rate this monkey on cuteness. I'm like, wait a second. I like monkeys?
Do you?
I do, but not like that's my trait kind of thing. Like, I'm known for liking monkeys. You said it like that. Like, I know how you like monkeys. I'm like, what?
Anytime I have some like 2 or 3 distinct memories of you being like, oh, the monkey's cute. And I'm like, that monkey's not cute. And you're like, oh, it's cute.
So name a monkey that you thought was not cute and we'll get to the movie.
As in monkeys that we've seen together, or monkeys in general?
I love this conversation. Yeah, monkeys we've seen together. Yeah, name a monkey we've seen together, and you thought it was horrendously disgusting to stare at, and I thought it was cute.
Not horrendously disgusting.
All right, slightly disgusting. I hear you researching.
I'm click-clacketing. Abu in Aladdin, the live-action movie.
You
thought Abu was cute.
Sure. Did we talk about that?
We did. We talked about Aladdin, the live-action.
And you didn't like Abu?
No, I thought he was annoying and a rapscallion. And you were over here like he's cute, and I was like, he's not cute.
But we're judging on cuteness right now.
Yeah. Not
and
cute.
You didn't think he was cute?
Nah.
Really?
I'm not a
Wow.
fan of.
Oh, so you don't like monkeys then?
I'm not a fan of monkeys. No.
Oh, wow. Why not?
I don't know. I think they're kind of annoying and
No, you haven't met any good ones.
kind of ugly.
No. Dexter was cute, by the way. That's what you're asking.
No, he's not. He's a little.
He's small. He got that. He got that nice smile when he pulled off his
what?
heist.
No.
When he pulled off his heist of the keys.
No.
And actually, that's another scene too. When he got
mischievous.
when he got the baby keys.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, I think Ben Stiller went a little bit too hard on him.
What?
Like, hey, that's just a little monkey. Dang.
Yeah, the baby keys are fine for him. He's a baby monkey.
No, that's fine. Yeah, leave him with the baby keys. But what he was saying, he should have been like, gotcha. I told you there's a storm coming, and then leave. But then he kept going and going.
Nah,
like,
he got his
I'm
desserts.
I'm like, come on. Relax. He's just a little monkey.
You're further proving my point on how much you like monkeys.
Caroline, look how Teddy treated him. And look how the monkey treated Teddy.
That's Teddy Roosevelt. That's different. That man has an aura of authority that you don't mess with.
If you like monkeys, they will like you back. A monkey will probably fling poo at you.
He flinged pee at Larry.
Fling pee?
Yeah. You heard
How
me.
do you do that?
You peed on him.
I mean, we've never had a monkey discussion like this. I'm not the monkey man, but monkeys are cute.
I don't think they are. All right.
And the Planet of the Apes, they're not cute. They're strong, especially together.
All right, Dexter. You may have everybody fooled. You may have Tony fooled. You may have the kids fooled, but not me, and not Larry. We see through you. There's a storm coming.
You know, he's a little baby, right? Like, he's like a little
thief.
A little unaware baby.
That steals keys and rips instruction manuals. And a
He didn't even need
murderous...
it. Those are written by the rude people.
A murderous little monkey that left the window open, and then a Neanderthal
He's not
got
a murderer.
out
How are you
and,
even tying that together?
Why did he open a window? Why did he open a window?
Because he could.
Why did he open a window?
If you open a window and somebody jumps out of it, you're the murderer?
Why didn't he go out?
You didn't answer the question.
I didn't hear the last part you cut out.
If you open a window and somebody jumps out of it, 10 minutes later, are you the murderer?
Why'd you open that window?
You didn't answer the question, and this time I know you heard me.
Why did he open the window?
You're just a monkey hater. That's what I discovered right now.
You're just a monkey apologist.
I'm a monkey neutral man. I think they're fine.
I don't know
when I go
about
to the
that.
Bronx Zoo and I see them.
I think you're a monkey.
But you're like
sympathizer.
Larry. No, there's extra hate in there. You need to search your feelings. You know it to be true.
Listen, Dexter is a mischievous little devil. I don't know why he opened that window.
He's a little baby.
He wanted to murder one of those exhibits. He opened the window and didn't even go out. It wasn't even for himself. He was just like, as he opened up that window, all nonchalantly.
So how is he the murderer?
Because he's in the window.
So, you know that doesn't make sense, right?
In my mind, it does.
All right, so if you open a window and 10 minutes later somebody jumps out of it, should I call 911 and turn you in?
No.
Say that again?
No.
A little louder?
No.
You said it lower.
So what?
I'm leaning in. I'm really leaning in to hear you on this one.
You don't have to lean in. You just wear headphones.
All right, I'll crank it up in post.
No.
So that's a big old no?
No.
All right. Are you a monkey hater, Caroline?
No.
Did a monkey hurt you? When you were younger, did a monkey hurt you?
No.
Hurt your heart? Did a monkey hurt you right here? I'm pointing at your heart.
Are you pointing at... Yeah,
I'm pointing at your heart.
At my heart or your heart?
Yours.
I see.
I'm pointing right now.
Macaca.
So is that a yes?
Dexter is a murderous little thing. Why did he
Wow.
open up
This
that?
is a big revelation. I had no idea you were so...
Why did he open up that window at all?
We're still on the window thing.
Why did he open up the window?
It doesn't matter. Does that mean Larry can never crack open a window if it gets hot and he wants a little breeze?
I'm just saying, that little monkey stole those keys.
You want to hate him, Caroline.
Cracked open that window, and then a poor, unaware Neanderthal got out and got dusted. Thanos style. And
oh, yeah. So that means this took place in 2018 when Thanos was on Wakanda.
He snapped.
And he says you should have gone for the head. It was around that time.
It was right at that time. The sun was peeking over. Thanos was smiling on a grateful universe. And...
yeah. It's weird how that connects, huh?
Also, those sanitation cars, do those exist? I thought New York was known for being dirty.
Yeah, those sanitation trucks are real. And they really have just two big brush wheels where they drive up along the curb. And it's super annoying to everyone who owns a car in New York. There's really no point of owning a car because it's so frustrating. You can never find parking. But if you ever do manage to find parking from a miracle, you're going to have to move it on 2 specific days out of the week, depending on where you live. You got to move it from one side over to the other. You got to double park or go somewhere because that thing is going to drive down that side of the curb and you have to move it over or else you're going to get a ticket. And then all it's going to do is push garbage around and do nothing. It's just going to make all the garbage go somewhere else and it's going to still look dirty. It does nothing.
You would think it'd be like a vacuum or something and not a broom. That makes no sense.
Yeah, but it has to vacuum a lot of garbage and I don't know how quickly that could fill up.
You vacuum, park, take out the vacuum bag.
And then where do you put it?
Put it in the trash.
What trash?
On the curb.
And then that has to go somewhere too.
When the garbage collectors come, they'll pick it up. They'll pick it up. You need to have another team behind these sanitation drivers that just pick up trash.
You need to have the garbage truck and the sanitation truck.
They should do that,
back to back.
On the same day that they pick up garbage, have the sanitation truck drive in front of or behind the garbage truck.
For a vacuum truck.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Call up the mayor.
All right.
We can make this happen.
I have a solution. Where's the mayor's email? Mr.
I'm trying to think about how big of a vacuum you need.
It's a big vacuum. I'm thinking like the size of like a Suburban, but take out the second row beyond. Just leave that as a vacuum area. So you only have the you only have the driver's seat and the passenger seat. Everything behind that is a big vacuum bag.
Just a ginormous bag.
Yeah.
It can't be that big though, because that will. What human can pick that up? In New York, there's no. Well, specifically, in the city, there's no like automatic arm that can lift up the garbage bag. People jump out, grab the bag, and throw it.
Oh, really?
In the truck, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
All right, there goes my plan.
So they would have to pick up a ginormous bag that weighs probably like a ton by that point or more.
Okay, cut it down in size, and you can use that extra space to store more bags, especially since these bags are smaller.
But then they got to hook up to the vacuum somehow, and then someone has to be in the back switching out the bags.
Yeah.
I think we have this figured out.
I just solved New York's dirtiness.
In this elbow nudge movie show podcast, we solved New York City dirtiness.
Woo!
All right. What else we got?
I think that's it. I got to my monkey spectacle.
Yeah, that was a big revelation tonight.
Yeah.
I hope you can open your heart to them someday.
I hope you can see through the lies of the monkeys.
Everyone, thanks for listening to the Night at the Museum episode of the Elbow Nudge Podcast.
If you want to give us a suggestion. Oh, also, if you're hearing us on YouTube, even though this is at the end, give us a like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. If you want to leave us a suggestion for a film, you can leave it in the comments below if you're on YouTube. Or you can email us at elbownudgepod@gmail.com. or reach out to us at our social medias, which are Instagram and Twitter. We're at Elbow Nudge for both.
Or you can just leave whatever comment you want. Feel free.
Yeah. Are you a monkey
hater?
Monkey
or
through a monkey evaluator?
Monkey see-througher of the
you
lies?
see through the lies of the monkeyer?
Or
a monkey lover? Like Mr. Tone?
Yeah, I can't believe this is a thing. Alrighty, that's it. Thanks for listening, guys. Goodbye.